We're making a very special holiday treat today. A recipe submitted 2 years ago by a loyal subscriber, Dennis Lovelady. We're making Lovelady's persimmon pudding, and I can't wait for you to try it. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today I'm very excited to share with you this special recipe from Dennis Lovelady's family, who in Indiana had their very own persimmon trees. And if you've never seen persimmons, this is what they are right here. This is what they look like, and they're a fruit. And they almost look like tomatoes, but I won't get into the fruit vegetable debate on tomatoes because yuck. But they're slightly firm, slightly soft, and I waited for days and days for them to get soft, and then I finally just had to cut into them and taste it because I was told by Dennis that if they weren't ripe, they would give you a taste you would never forget. Apparently they're quite bitter if they're not ripe, but they are. So, grab your pen and paper. Here come those ingredients. Your dry ingredients are half a teaspoon of soda, 2 cups of flour. That would just be your all-purpose flour or your soft white wheat. Half a cup of sugar, an eighth a teaspoon of salt, which is just a pinch. 1 heaping teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Your wet ingredients will be 1 cup of persimmon pulp, and I've got it cut up, and we're gonna shred it in the food processor to get our pulp. 1 teaspoon vanilla, a melted lump of butter the size of an egg. Don't you love some of these old recipes? But I checked with Alexa and online, and that equates to about 1/4 of a cup.
I'm having trouble understanding right now. Please try a little later.
Meh. So, that's about 1/4 of a cup, or just a tiny bit more maybe, of butter. Half a cup of canned condensed milk. That's Eagle brand, your sweetened condensed milk. And 1 egg. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And let's get to it. Okay, here's all my chopped up persimmon pieces, and I'm just going to pulse that. Well, forget that. Put it on high. Next, we're going to continue and mix in our wet ingredients. Here's our melted butter. Here is our cup of buttermilk. And I'm doing roughly half a can of sweetened condensed milk. A little less is okay. And the egg. Now, I am give this a little stir here. Okay, I'm gonna work down just a few of those little pieces there. Then move on to our dry, and I am just trying this in the food processor like this. It came to me right before the show. And it looks like it's going to be just fine. And I need to get this little bit that fell out right on top, because things happen low. Maybe high. Oh, and I believe it's half a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Exactly 1 teaspoon. Oh, that's so good. Homemade vanilla. Go back and watch that video. Look how easy that was. You need your 13 by 9 pan, or you could do like a 9 by 9 and then spray it or grease it. I'm going to unplug this and take out the blade. Alright, put that in my little persimmon bowl. I'm just giving it one more stir around, and all you have to do is pour it right in. I think that's the easiest I've ever made of just about any recipe. So if you have a food processor, make it in your food processor. Spread it out kind of evenly. And here's what we have for the cook to taste. Ooh! Oh, that's so good. My wife said that kind of tastes like a cake batter. Super yummy. In your 350-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. Now, with the dreaded AccuBake system that most new ovens have, or their version of that system, the broiler comes on to keep it a consistent temperature more often. Well, that ruins desserts. So we don't have to put a foil tint on top, but it will cook faster. So I would check it at maybe 15 minutes. And Dennis said the consistency you're looking for is pumpkin pie or thereabout. By the way, if you've never made a pudding like this, it's along the lines of a bread pudding, which I had never made or eaten that before either. But it comes up like somewhat like a custard. But it is a little bit more, it has more consistency. And if you cook it longer, it will start to get a little dry. So you want it to be soft. A toothpick inserted comes out clean, and you're done. Here it is just out of the oven. This was about 16, maybe 17 minutes for me. And I'm going to hold that up for you to see. It's been cooling for about 15 minutes or so. It puffed up a little in the middle, and it sank. I'll cut a piece from here to include some of this part that has sank and see exactly what our consistency is. Let's see, we're aiming for pumpkin pie. So, let's see. Be sure that when you take this out of the oven, let it cool down completely to room temperature. And if you're through with it or you're not going to eat it, be sure and cover it and put it in the refrigerator, because it'll only last 2 or 3 days at room temperature before it starts to mold. And nobody wants that at Christmas. So let's see what we have here. On the edge, it looks kind of like a brownie, and on this side, it's more tender, almost like pumpkin pie. It's light and tender and mild flavored, and not at all anything severe. And it would be great served with whipped cream. Spray whipped cream, or get some whipped cream at your dairy counter, and then mix about 1 cup of whipped cream to about 1/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, and beat it till they're soft peaks. If you like this recipe for Lovelady's Persimmon Pudding, an Indiana favorite, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experience with this recipe, or what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. And don't forget, if it's a little soft in the middle, that's okay. Merry Christmas! We're making we're making mess ups, and so that you can see, I'm gonna do this.